Hello and welcome. My name is Christina from Empowered Creator. I am a mindset and conscious manifesting teacher and coach, and this is my YouTube channel. Here I talk about all things law of assumption, mindset, conscious manifesting, the quantum universe, and a lot more. And my goal is to simplify everything without the fluff. So if you guys like this content and you would like to see more of it, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, comment on this video, like it, share it, and stick around. Also, if you need help with your specific situation, I offer one-on-one coaching as well as custom subliminals for whatever needs you may have. I also have some self-study courses about manifesting your specific person. So if you're interested in any of these services, the links are below in the description box. Click on them and they're going to take you to my website. With all that being said, let's dive into today's video. In today's video, I want to explain to you guys what is the most successful method I have found for you to release resistance to your manifestation and to actually bring it into your 3D reality fast. So this is what I'll be discussing in today's video. Stay tuned. So as I've said many times before in many of my videos, one of the biggest opponents, quote unquote, to conscious manifesting is the resistance we have towards the desire. And by that, I mean all our opposing thoughts. All our doubts that our desire is possible to manifest, or that we can overcome whatever circumstances we're facing, or that we do have the power to manifest whatever it is that we're manifesting, etc. So the term resistance includes all those pesky thoughts that tell you why it's not possible to manifest your desire, why your desire is not likely to manifest, why the circumstances you're facing are so impossible. And also all these thoughts are also accompanied by feelings of doubt, feelings of insecurity, fears, all those feelings that are coming up and are making you feel icky. So what is the best way to still keep focusing on your manifestation, but at the same time, not allowing your resistance to make you spiral or to set in, and as such, bringing your manifestation in faster? Because as we've said in other videos, the more resistance you have, usually the more you delay your manifestation. And vice versa, the less resistance you have, the faster usually your manifestation comes in. So what is this way I'm talking about? What is this method, if you want to call it that? It's actually a combination of focusing on your desire frequently on an ongoing basis, but at the same time also, quote unquote, letting go on an ongoing basis. Let me explain what I mean. Let's say you're manifesting a specific person, or you're manifesting new love into your life, or you're manifesting money, or a career change, or you're manifesting maybe a trip, or another experience, or a house, or a car, or the studies of your dream. Whatever it might be, you want to be focusing on that desire at least daily, at least once daily. If it feels right to you, you can do multiple times a day, 2, 3 or more times a day. How you do that depends on what feels right to you and what comes natural to you. For example, you might prefer affirming, you might prefer to have inner conversations, or visualizing, or scripting, or meditating, or just going within and inducing that feeling of the wish fulfilled within yourself without the use of any techniques. It doesn't really matter how you do it, but it does matter that you focus on it at least once a day for a few minutes. If it feels right to you, you can do multiple times a day for a few minutes at a time. So you put in that concentrated mental effort, you put in that concentrated focus and attention on your desire, you bring yourself to your wish fulfilled, you get into that state, you feel that bliss, that reassurance, that relief, that excitement, that confidence, that gratitude, whatever it is that each one of you feels. And then you go on with your life and you distract your mind with other things. You go to work, you go to school, you go to the gym, you go for a walk, you go see your friends, you read a book, you watch a movie, you go work out, you go run errands, you do household chores. In other words, you go on with your life, you live life, and you put your desire out of your mind. And by that, I don't mean forcing yourself not to think about it. I don't mean that at all, because at the end of the day, you don't really control what pops into your mind. You can absolutely control how you respond to it and what your attitude is to it, but you can actually control what thoughts pop into your mind in the first place. So if your desire does pop into your mind, that's absolutely fine. You can have a little mantra. You can tell yourself, yeah, it's done. Everything is good. All is good. It's happening. I'm going to get it. I expect it to manifest, and so on. But you don't actually dwell on it in that moment. You shift your attention to whatever it is that you're doing, or whatever it is that you expect to be doing next. And of course, needless to say, and why I always say try to give yourself the best life that you can, it's always worth doing things that you enjoy, or trying to at least do some things that you enjoy every single day, because that puts you in a much better mood, and it automatically puts you in a place where it's much easier for you to imagine better for yourself. And so by distracting yourself and distracting your mind with other things, especially if they're things you enjoy, being happy with your life, being content with your life, being happy with the direction in which your life is going, and then by focusing on your actual desire once or twice a day or a few times a day, but then the rest of the day taking your mind off of your desire as best as you can, you are actually releasing the bulk of your resistance towards your desire. Because what tends to happen when you think of a desire 24/7 is that your mind inevitably is going to catch on to something, a little detail, a little trigger, and at some point it's definitely going to make you spiral. At some point, it's definitely going to start thinking all those opposing thoughts. And so essentially, by having short, very concentrated periods of time within the day where you focus on your desire and you focus all your attention on living in the state of the wish fulfilled, and then letting it go and going about your life the rest of the day until the next time that you practice getting into your state of the wish fulfilled again, you are protecting your mind from overthinking, overanalyzing, spiraling, catching on to little details, catching on to little triggers, trying to give you all these little reasons why your desire is impossible, why it's not going to manifest, etc. Now, let me put a disclaimer here, because I know a lot of you, especially those of you who are manifesting a specific person, may actually be thinking of your specific person, if not 24/7, most of the day. I know that many of you have your specific person in the back of your mind all the time. And I know and I understand that what I just described may not work for you very well, because you're thinking, well, what am I to do if my specific person is in my mind 24/7? You still try to do what I just said. You still try to give yourself the best life that you can give yourself. You still try to enjoy your life. You still try to pursue all areas of your life that you're interested in, or that you want to change, or that you want to improve, etc. You still try to have fun, you still try to enjoy yourself, you still try to surround yourself with pleasant experiences, and so on. Because this, you guys, is your best bet if you want to avoid overanalyzing and overthinking the situation and your manifestation with your SP, and spiraling all the time, and second-guessing things, and questioning things all the time, and in general, putting yourself in a state of resistance. And this is not to say that if you're thinking about your desire or your SP or whatever the desire is 24/7 or a lot throughout the day is necessarily a problem. All I'm saying though is that if your desire is on your mind 24/7, you have a much higher risk of falling into spirals and overthinking and overanalyzing and getting triggered, just by virtue of having this thing in your mind all the time. If you have something in your mind all the time, your mind is bound to spiral from time to time, and in some cases very often, unfortunately, because it's impossible to have all positive thoughts, all favorable thoughts all the time. And so by following the method I just described to the best of your ability, you are actually greatly reducing your risk of having spirals, of having resistance, of having all those opposing thoughts, and of delaying your manifestation with all this resistance. And I'm not saying that you're never going to waver. I'm not saying that you're never going to have opposing thoughts. No, but by following this method, chances are you're going to have it at a much lesser extent. And this is also why I'm not one of these coaches who tell you guys to do your techniques 24/7. I don't think this serves anyone or anybody. I firmly believe that people should also live their lives, not spending their entire days manifesting and doing techniques. A few concentrated periods of manifesting throughout the day are more than enough, more than plenty. And the rest of the time, you live your life as best as you can, and you build the best life you can give yourself to the best of your abilities. Try this if you're not trying it already, and you will see how much less resistance you're going to feel, how much less opposing thoughts are going to be coming in, how much calmer you're going to feel, how much more you're going to be able to sustain the state of the wish fulfilled within you. And chances are, by doing that, your manifestation is going to come in much faster, thanks to the resistance that is greatly reduced. With all that being said, I'm going to wrap up this video here. I intend that this has helped. As always, I very much appreciate you guys being on this channel, watching this content. I love making this content for you. And as always, I look forward to seeing you all at the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.